Hi everyone, Darleen here from Single Boss Lady. Welcome to week 1 of the beautiful throat chakra, where we talk about connection and we have it through, there's 3 aspects that I'll be talking about, 1 personal, 2 business, through the lens of connection. I really love these. Now I've done, so each, I'm just getting downloads, so I'm getting tangled up. Each chakra, I do 4 weeks on each chakra. I do connection, creativity, abundance, and business. And I do 3 aspects of those beautiful chakras. Now, for the beautiful throat chakra, the personal aspect is authenticity. The business aspects are where we have clear choices and we actually act on them with integrity and then not needing the answers. And this is so true about the beautiful throat chakra. Now, traditionally, the throat chakra is our communication. And as I've said in the past, communication needs to come from the lower chakras first. We need those beautiful solid foundations, solid but flexible, because um, foundations do actually change, and that's why we need them to be flexible. My foundations have really changed these last couple of years because I've been doing lots of study. I've needed different foundations to change. That's why they're flexible. And so we're looking at connection. And as I said, communication starts in the lower chakras. You can have a look at the videos and you'll understand more about the beautiful connection with the beautiful chakras. Communication comes from there. It goes into the heart first, and then it rises up into the beautiful throat chakra. Communication needs to come from love. That's why we bring the communication up from the lower chakras, let it sit in the heart, and then communicate. And that is why I'm so yeah, the word is adamant. I'm so adamant that we take 3 beautiful deep breaths before we communicate, before we start writing, before we start doing a video, or we start working with clients. And I do it in a cycle of 4. So I breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4. The reason is and if you'd watched the heart chakra, that's about time and space. That is what I'm giving my breath. I'm giving my breath time to go in, to sit there, and then to go through the rest of the body, and then to let go of what doesn't need to be there. And that is why I do 3 deep breaths, because our body needs oxygen. We don't realize how much we are breathing shallowly. And what that means is you've got your lungs. On the bottom of the lungs is blood vessels, and that's where the oxygen exchange happens. You've got beautiful alveoli here, you've got the beautiful blood vessels, and when you breathe in deep, the air comes down to here. When you breathe in shallow, the exchange of oxygen is a lot less. And yes, I can talk about this. I'm medically trained. That is why I'm really strong about taking deep breaths. Every hour, do those 3 deep breaths, and you'll be amazed over time the change that actually happens in you, because the vital organs, your brain, your heart, and your lungs, need oxygen the most. Yes, the rest of the body does it because every single cell needs to carry oxygen. Yet the brain, the heart, and the lungs need them the most. They are the vital organs. They are the organs that keep us alive. And it's so profound. When you do that beautiful deep breathing, it's amazing what actually happens. And excuse the noise. Hopefully you can't hear that motorbike. This is what happens. Now, when we look at the personal aspects of our throat, we talked about authenticity. Now you can see with me, I don't edit these videos. I don't want that. When my Tuesday talks turn into actual podcasts, there may be a little bit of editing to remove noise and that. Yet I am showing up authentically as me. You are seeing me. And that is why I talk about my mental health challenges. I show the good parts and I do show some of the bad. I'm not going to show the real deep bad because that's personal to me. But I will show you, I will tell you that, recently I pushed through and my body literally shut down and went, that's it. And that, that gave me great insight, is that I was not listening to my body enough. I felt I just had to keep going because I wanted to get these things done and then I could rest. Well, my body turned around and said no. And this is why I'm showing up authentically. When you show up authentically, that is when people connect to you. Now, people may never buy from you, and that is okay. That is about being authentic as well. This is why I'm doing all of these videos. I don't care how much information I'm giving away. It doesn't matter. What matters is that the clients that come to me have transformations. That is how I work with them. We can get all of this information anywhere. A lot of this information, though, is actually channeled. I'm bringing in new information, and that's why I'm giving it out, because I don't care. What happens is the clients that come to me get a transformation. That is why they want to work with me. They want to transform being a businesswoman with mental health challenges to being a businesswoman with mental health challenges that thrive in business. That's what it's all about. That's why I'm showing up authentically. How do you show up? Are you one of those people that show up and goes, look at me, I earned 10K this month, or I'm earning 10Ks, yet you're not telling people the truth. You're not saying, well, actually, that wasn't profit. That was actually everything that came in. When I actually look at it, my profit was only a couple thousand. That is not being authentic. Think about what authenticity means for you. When you show up authentically, how do you actually show up? Now, I don't begrudge anybody earning 5, 6, 7 figures a month, year, whatever. I don't begrudge that, but be truthful about it. Don't turn around and say, I'm earning 7 figures, yet that's not your profit. That's not your wage or anything like that. And that's why, there's a few things that do get to me. This is why I show up, and this is why I love what I do, because I'm showing up authentically. I'm saying, this is me, this is who I am. And I show up authentically in my personal life as well. My relationship with my friends, I show up as me. I'm not always going to share everything, because some things just need to sit with me and me only. And that's part of life. Yet I show up as authentically as I can, and I learn from that, which means I can show up even more authentic. How are you showing up authentically in your personal life? And then how does that relate into business as well? Because the more connected you are to your body, the more you're able to show up authentically. The more you're able to be authentic, because you're connected to your body, you're listening to the singles, you're listening to the signals it is giving you. You're listening to all of those beautiful things. It doesn't matter whether you hear, see, whatever, you're actually getting the information from your body, and you're actually actioning that information. That is showing up authentically as well, because you're so connected. Now, when we talk about the business aspects, so we've got clear choices and we actually act on them with integrity. Again, write down your definition of integrity. Yes, there are dictionary definitions, but what is your definition of integrity? And how do you actually make those clear choices? You've got clear choices, then how do you decide which ones are the right ones for you? And then how do you decide to act on them? This is all about business. Now, the clear choice might be, you might need to choose between different software. You've decided that, okay, you want to get a booking system and you need to make some choices. When you're in your throat, you've come up and you're sitting in your throat, you are able to look at those and you're able to get that beautiful intuition coming, because you're connected to your beautiful body. Your intuition comes in and goes, that's the right one for you. And then you act on it, but you act on it with integrity. So think about what integrity means for you. It also might be, okay, I want to have a business coach. I need to decide who I'm going to work with. You then, again, bring your beautiful energy up, sit in your throat chakra with love, and then look at each one of those business coaches. Look at them with being authentic. Look at them. Are they being authentic? Do they have integrity? Are they showing up? Like, they might have a contract, and look at their contracts and their terms and conditions. How authentic is it? Or is it really, horrible? There's a friend of mine recently who had a contract where it said, even if you wanted to stop not being in that program anymore, like the program will say, you could do payments for 6 months or whatever. If you want to stop, you still had to pay everything out, even if you didn't be in that program. Now, for me, that is horrific. Like, I just think that is wrong. If you're working with me and there's a program and you can only do 4 payments or whatever, and you want to stop, that's fine. You don't have access to the program. You've got, access to whatever, but you don't have access after that. But I'm not going to force you to pay the rest of that off. I just think that's so wrong. If you want to stay in the program, of course you paid off. But if you don't want to, that is fine. We come up with a plan. And this is me being authentic and being in integrity, because I want people to come to me and feel safe. That is the biggest thing, because when you've got mental health challenges, you need to feel safe and you need to feel heard. And that is where, with the heart, we had about this um, time and space. All this information suddenly getting channeled. In the heart, we've got time and space. And by having the integrity and, all of that, I give my clients time and space so they can feel heard, they can feel seen, and they can feel safe. And that is why I'm loving working with the chakras. And that's why I did a counseling course as well, because I wanted more tools, more techniques, more stuff, so I could really show up for my clients with that integrity. Now, when I want to make choices in business, I make sure that I look at everything and I make a clear choice. Now, because I'm working so much with my body, I'm connected so deeply with my body, then those choices can become really clear and really quick. And then I act on them with integrity. And I turn around and go, this is what I'm doing. And it's truly amazing when all of that happens. And that is why I'm so adamant that we connect to our body. Feel the emotions, feel everything that comes in. Don't fight them. All emotions are normal and healthy, except when they go to an extreme. That's when it's not healthy. But all emotions are healthy. Think about that, because they're giving us insights into who we are and whether we have integrity as well. Something to think about. Now, the next one is not needing all the answers, because you don't need to know everything. Like, I can have beliefs, thoughts, and patterns come up, yet I don't need to know why all the time. Sometimes, yes, if it's really affecting me, then yes, I want to know the answer. But if it's not affecting me, if it's, say, a 1 to 5 out of 10, I don't need to know the answer. It doesn't matter. What matters is it's come up, I've looked at it, okay, done. Yet the ones that are from the 5 to 10, the ones that are affecting me more, I will need to know the answer. And this is why we don't need to know all the answers in business. And this also relates to us seeking expert help from others. You might want to get a website created and it mightn't be right for you to create it yourself. Then you go to someone else. That is not needing all the answers. You don't need to know how to create a website or how to do this or this or this. Yes, when you're starting out in business and it's only you in business, then that's where you think about, okay, do I actually need a website right now? Is that what I really need? Maybe not. Maybe it isn't what you need, because you have a website when you know what you're doing inside and out. You know exactly who you're serving and how you're serving them, what services and products you actually offer them. That's when you get a website. Otherwise, a website is like a shop front. It really is just basic. There's, nothing to it. There's no deep connection to it. There's no depth to it either, because you haven't discovered who your ideal clients are, who your avatars are, niche, whatever you want to say. When you're starting out, you haven't discovered that. You haven't actually got all of the answers. And that goes into not needing all the answers. So you don't need a website. Just something to think about. Just think about what you really do need right now in your business. Do you need all the bells and whistles? Just think about that. Again, It's, not needing all of the answers. When you're working with your business, do you need all of the answers to everything? When you're figuring out your niche, do you need all the answers, or do you need just a couple of things? Do you need to know? And this is where niching can be really weird, because unless you're working where it's local, where clients come to you, then you don't need to know where they live. Who cares? You don't need to know how much they earn, because that doesn't matter. That shouldn't come into it, because by wanting to know how much they earn, you're not being authentic. It doesn't matter how much somebody earns. Somebody can be on a pension and yet still afford you, because you're the right person to work with. And all of that, all of that is so important. It's really important for you to understand what's right for you, to understand that you don't need all of the answers. Just start, and then start refining as you get more information and as you understand more. That is why I keep saying you don't need all the answers. You just don't. Now, again, let's look at that. We're looking at connection. The more connected we are to our body and then to our throat chakra, the more authentic we can show up personally and in our business. And the more that we'll have our intuition open up more, so that when we have choices in front of us, it is really clear which is the right one to do. And then we take action on them with integrity. And again, have a definition of what authenticity means to you and what integrity means to you. Have the definition so that you can do this that's right for you. Really amazing, isn't it? And then the last one is not needing all the answers. This is week 1 of the beautiful throat chakra. Oh, excuse me. Next week, I'll be talking about the throat chakra in relation to creativity. And as you know, if you've been following me for a while, creativity is whatever brings you joy. Thank you for watching, subscribing, reacting, commenting, all of that beautiful stuff that I absolutely love. And I'll see you for week 2.